Assalamu alaikum everyone. Watch this important video about balancing relationship and share it with your friends and family.
I am working as a facilitator in a social organization. By nature, I am friendly and get along easily with people. One of the girl beneficiaries misinterpreted my friendliness and proposed to me. She misunderstood my caring nature and assumed that I loved her. I am now worried. If this gets to the notice of my supervisor, then I could face problems. What do I do to tackle the situation?
Welcome to this module on balancing relationships. It is important that we should maintain harmony in our interactions with others in the context of workplace, family and community. By the end of this module, you should be able to understand what balancing relationships means. Recognize the need of maintaining harmony in your interactions with others. Analyze the need to look at problems or situations from the other person's perspective. Understand the importance of making a decision while keeping in mind its impact on others. You will now learn how important it is to maintain a balance in your relationship with others. On a single day, you interact with various people. They may be your friends, teachers, colleagues at work, relatives, parents, etc. In order to maintain harmony in society and the community, you need to be sensitive and empathize with others. You need to understand their points of view in every interaction that you have with them. It is necessary for you to be able to put yourself in their shoes and look at things from their perspective. Only when you are sensitive to another person's emotions will you achieve balance in your association with them. This is what is meant by maintaining a balance in your interaction with the people around you. We will now introduce the importance of balancing relationships in the context of individual, community and the workplace. We will do this by giving examples. Amar and Atul are two friends. Both of them are from poor families. Atul is in deep trouble. His wife is sick and he doesn't have enough money to buy medicine for his wife. Atul begs Amar to lend him money. Amar agrees to help Atul and lends him the money. After a month, Atul is still in no position to return the money. Amar now is in a sorry condition. He cannot be harsh to Atul to return the money. He doesn't know what to do. The rift between Amar and Atul widens. How can this relationship be mended? What is the solution? Let us take another example. Rani is studying in the 10th standard. She doesn't want to continue her studies. She wants to pursue a career. She has made a decision to join a garment company, learn the trade, and eventually set up her own tailoring center. Her parents are very much against the idea. They want their daughter to study further. How will Rani make her parents see her point of view? Is Rani able to put herself in her parents' position and see their perspective? Mary and Sita work in the same department in an office. Sita is unwell and has to apply for a long leave immediately. But the department has to face an audit inspection at the same time. Though Mary knows it will be a big problem for her, she promises to help. Mary has to face the audit all alone, without Sita's help. Will this create a rift between Mary and Sita? We have to understand that different people think differently. We need to be sensitive to the other person's opinions and decisions. It would be wise if we respect others and understand how they feel. In a given situation, if we try and put ourselves in the other person's shoes and try to see the problem from their perspective, things will seem much simpler. Look at your hand. You have 5 fingers. Each finger appears different, yet You need all the fingers to work efficiently. This is the balance that nature has created. So it is in relationships. Each person's opinion will be different. If we learn to respect their opinions, we can achieve a balance in our interactions with them. The main objective of this story is to understand the importance of balancing relationships through self-reflection, group discussion. Sita is a 19-year-old girl who has been working for the past 2 months. One day, her boss asks her to put in some extra time at office as some pending work had to be taken care of. Being dedicated, Sita agrees. On that particular day, Sita finishes the work at around 8 p.m. Sita's boss offers to drop her back home. Sita agrees. On reaching home at 9:30 p.m., Sita's furious father confronts her. He accuses her of having been out with her boss. Sita is disturbed on hearing this. Now, you have heard an incident taken from Sita's life. I now suggest you spend about 10 minutes on self-reflection. Place yourself in Sita's shoes and try to think along her terms. Then, try and put yourself in her father's shoes and try to understand his perspective. Specifically reflect on the following questions. Is her father right in being angry? Did Sita do anything wrong? Is there any other way this situation could have been handled? If required again, do you think Sita should agree to work late? Is Sita's father right in getting angry? If yes, why? If no, why? Is there any other way the situation could have been handled? Sita should not have accepted her boss's request knowing her father. Sita could have given a quick call home to her father. Sita's father could have invited the boss in and inquired about the situation. If required to work late again, how should Sita handle the situation? How will you balance work and home commitments? Was it alright for Sita to have readily accepted her boss's request to work late? Do the opinions of the neighbors matter? How are they to be handled?
Now you have had a chance to debate among yourselves. You have tried to put yourself in the shoes of both Sita and her father. Remember again that you are considering both point of views. It is important for you to do that. Judge for yourself who you think is right. Is it Sita or is it her father? You will then understand that Sita was right to work late. You will also see that her father had every right to be worried about her, but perhaps should have refrained from accusing her without any basis.
The main objective of this story is to understand the importance of balancing relationships through self-reflection, group discussions. Anil is a young man who has just graduated from high school. He takes up a job at an office. Anil does well in his work and his diligence is appreciated by his boss. Anil and his boss are on good terms. One day, unexpectedly, Anil's mother falls ill. Anil takes the day off from work and nurses his mother. His mother needs Anil's full attention. Anil is too busy even to make a phone call to his boss and inform him about his inability to attend work. The next day, Anil returns to work. Anil's boss is furious with him. He has just lost a contract because of Anil's absence at work. Anil's boss feels that Anil has acted irresponsibly and asks him to leave the job. Anil is surprised and disappointed that his boss should fire him. Anil considers this as harsh punishment. Now that you have heard the incident, sit back and reflect on it. Think specifically about the following questions. Was the boss right in firing Anil? Why was it okay or not okay? While discussing how Anil was fired, consider the following questions. Shouldn't the boss consider Anil's competency before firing him for one mistake? Should taking care of your family be first priority? Was Anil being responsible when he didn't phone and caused the company to lose a contract? Now you have had a chance to debate among yourselves. You have had a chance to look at the situation from two perspectives. You will realize that if Anil's boss could have thought one moment about Anil's situation, he would not have fired him. Anil's conduct is in fact admirable. The family is always first priority. The contract would not have been lost had Anil made a quick phone call. Both Anil and his boss should have thought in terms of the other. That would have certainly resolved the conflict.